What's the deal, chat? What's the deal? How's everybody doing? Sorry, I'm a little late. I ran out of rolling papers. I had to run back to the store. Got some rolling papers because the boy can't be without rolling papers. But I made it back. I made it back. And we are now running back down as we expected. Oh man, oh man. Let's see if the 5 gave any indication here. No, the 5 didn't close below, but we might get closures below soon. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna get a daily flip here any minute now, right? A 4-hour closed bear. Previous 4-hour broke the lows. Most recent lows, but didn't really close below. Let's see what the hourly said. The hourly closed above here, right? The previous hourly. Alright, so here's the deal. This is nice. We're coming back in range here for fake out, but ideally what we want is to break the previous hour low. So right now we either need to break the previous hour low and then start looking for positions, or we need to close bearish on the hourly. I believe we're going to close. I believe we're going to break the hourly lows, but we'll see what happens here. Let's see how we're going to close here at 8:15. Get these levels in here. We can get an early start to this. I'm not entering off the rip yet, chat. I know we're closing here in a second. Nice. Big grab. I know some of you are wondering why not enter as we close below here, right? Didn't really on the 5-minute. It should be a little lower here. This is only 6 pips here. Yeah, there's no entries here until we come down a little bit lower. I know the daily flips a bit sooner here, right? But we have not broken the previous hourly low. We haven't closed bearish as of yet. And if you come down on the 5-minute, there's 5-minute rejections here, and we want to trade beyond those. And if you see the level we have selected to take our sells, or where I'm going to be taking sells, it tends to drive from this level every time we get a closure below, right? So As we close below, we respected and drove down. You guys see this? Close below, little gladiator candle, drove us down. Close below, drove us down. Close below, drove us down. Drove straight through, close below, drove down. So we are going to emulate that behavior, and once we get a closure, let's clear all that. So we get a closure below here, below our range. We'll look to take advantage of it. So we're going to look for these candles to start coming down here. At this area, we can start looking for positions. But don't forget, this is most likely going to come with the end of the hour and the next hourly pullback. Let's see if we get a 30 closure back in range to start indicating that the hour has enough momentum to drive, but in order for that to happen, we would need a 30 closure. Like, at the daily flip here, right? 1835, I think, is the daily flip. I really like our levels. I'm going to keep it there. Wait for the hourly to break. And for buys, we'd need a range 2 breakout. We're very bearish. If this is the top wick for the day, tomorrow all day, straight down. Where can we break some highs? Yeah. So for a range 2 breakout, you'd need some buys around this area. What was above there? We're gonna drive up. And this will be our range 2 breakouts. Right now you have a range 1 fake out happening, coming back in range. We'll see if we can take advantage of that. But we'd need an hourly closure. Take advantage of that. Here we go. Yeah, these beats are getting into my skull. They're seeping in. Yeah, if we could close like this on the hourly for the next hour, I'll look for a top wick and start selling based on the higher time frame. For now, we want to get out of this range on the 5-minute. But on the hourly, we technically have a level. Right. Over here. Let's undo that. The level right here. Closed above it. I'm going to close back in range. We'll probably retest the range lows here. If that happens, this would be a fake out and we'll come back down in range. In the past, when we've closed below there, look at this here. Just drove down. Tends to drive through these ranges. Strange they're splaying out, but we'll see. We'll watch it play out first. As of this moment, we can't do anything on the smaller time frame because the higher time frames are not in our favor yet. All right. So, if anyone's forgot, hey, drop a like, sub to the channel. Got over 300 watching. Got 60 likes. Let's get some likes up. Let's get more people watching this channel. Let's get YouTube recommending this to other people that are on YouTube right now, that are searching for some camaraderie and guidance and a come up. Let's pick some people up by the bootstraps and bring them in here, right? Started a 50K challenge today. Took a 1% loss on short at 3 a.m. London. Advice? I can't, based on what you said, I can't give you advice. I don't know. Started my 50K, took a 1% loss. That trade? Part of the plan? I don't know. Were you out with the boys? I don't know. Trap's looking huge. Oh, yeah. Twix picked me up by the bootstraps. What's the deal, everybody? Kieran, thank you for joining us in the chat. Who else is here? Kay, Green, everybody. Shout out to the mods. Awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, chat. And let's see what happens. Any news? Yeah, we had some new. We got NZD news. 8, 9. Oh. Double top? Is that when you and your... No, never mind. Never mind. I forget this isn't downstream, so... What it do, X? It do the damn thing. Explain the difference between liquidity grab and breakout. Well, you need a liquidity grab in order to break out. A liquidity grab is just a collection of orders after which the market drives the other way. Right? Or however you want to define it. Breakout is the market giving you indication that it has volume, and it's giving you, with that volume, it's giving you an indication of direction, right? And what range it wants to fill in a higher time frame. Look on a daily here. You really got to stop walking in here like you're my boss, all right? What do you mean, no? You're 3. Don't walk in here kicking the door down, slamming the door, telling me, give me my iPad. Yeah, you do? All right, fine, you do. I'm sorry, don't fire me. High five. Nice, down low. Too slow, haha. You got some growing up to do. All right, go. There's your iPad. You come back here and bother me again. You're gonna have to sit right here, right next to me. I'm gonna force you to sit right next to me the whole time. No, it's right there. Right? You know what? Oh, that's not your iPad. That's your sister's iPad. Chat, hold on. I gotta find the kid's iPad. It's right there. How do I find her iPad in a bathroom sink? So yeah, this right here, once this 4-hour flips and turns into, once this daily flips and turns into this candle, right? Once the daily flips into that, what it's doing right now, pulling up, right? This drive up as it's happening before it flips. Right here, this will be considered a liquidity grab after it flips, right? And a breakout would be after that daily candle closes below the range right here. See this daily level. This would be considered a breakout. The closure outside the range versus the orders grab back in the range to drive out. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Close bear first. The 4-hour broke previous 4-hour high. We haven't broken the previous 4-hour low. We could, yes, but we can see indications of it happening on the smaller time frame if it prints correctly. For now, everything's bullish, so we're not looking for much here. We're waiting to get out of this range or actually close, or the 1-hour close. The 30's done nothing, flip back bullish after breaking the previous 30 low. That's why I was saying it's key that we re-break this 1-hour low here, and we never did. And it grabbed liquidity and drove up. Might fill the range up, after which we'll reevaluate the situation. Let's trade while Joseph's gone.
Ja, 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 ja.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Hi Wix. Shouldn't we wait for a 4-hour first close of the 4-hour broke previous high? Yeah, oh yeah, we just read this. Wix, are you aware that you need to stop spreading FUD. Stop spreading the FUD. You'll be fine. How's it, Wix? Above 1837.5. Yeah. 4-hour close above there? Maybe. I would expect the next candle right after to come back down. Re-break the 4-hour lows. Will it come back up and flip? I don't know. But it should come back down. Re-break the 4-hour lows. You got any advice for someone just starting up? Don't spend all your money learning. I said this to a whole bunch of new people over the last few months. Just make sure you're not going to get rich in the first month or get rich learning, and you don't get a doctor's diploma after 3 months of school. You got some years in you. Got to put in some years, unless you're Doogie Howser. But expect that. Expect this to be a really long journey. Expect it to be really eye-opening and a very humbling journey. And no matter what I say, it won't prepare you for what's coming. No matter what I say. But if you want a piece of trading advice, the best rule of thumb I've ever heard was just make sure when you're trading, all your time frames are in the same direction. Don't just blindly enter off that. Hey Wix, I thought you told me all time frames in the same direction. I took a sell and then that's in the wrong direction. No, don't do that. But it's a very good rule of thumb if you're starting, and if you need to look for something in the charts, look for patterns, look for things you recognize, and go from there. Try to have all your time frames in the same direction and show up to the streams. There's massive value between the two streams, between the New York session live stream and the Asian session live stream. There's so much value that it shouldn't take you a long time to catch on. Month 2, 3, but and the community is so big and willing to help. Camaraderie's there, right? The info's there. You just gotta apply it. And the only way to do that is learn, you know, not really speak on things you don't know, but actually listen. Put on some headphones, Don says. Listen. Don't let shit go over your head. You know, tune in really and listen. And then put it into practice. And put it into practice with really small positions. This way, when you do get good, you can be like, oh, right now I'm going to start taking big positions. But you're not going to get good for a while. There's a reason this industry has a really low success rate. And I say for a while, like, yeah, some people get good quick, right? But it's not going to happen to you just because probability dictates. So you're not, you know, probability dictates you're not that 2% that I'm talking about. You're the other 98. So just based off of that, you're going to be in here for a long. I know everyone thinks they're that one, but like, just let's be real. Let's all be real. If you are great, you'll realize it. But until then, be realistic. Possible today's candle may try to make a top wick for yesterday's candle first, then go down on what, on the daily? Yeah, it can. If that's the case, we just won't take sells at this session. Guess in order for that to happen, like, we need to get up to 1845. Like, we need to come up another 100 pips or another 70 pips in the next hour and a half during Asian session. So it won't be here. It won't be during this session. I go pips. Only my second time being in Asian session. Is the stream only 8 to 10? Yeah, we run 8 to 10 unless we're in a trade at like 10, 10:05, 10:15, and then we could run till 10:40. And I'd rather not do that. Put a cap on it. I learned everything from Wicks and Don. These guys are the guys. They talk the talk, but they walk the walk. Hey, hey, hey! I could dance the dance. And I can smoke the damn thing. You just gotta practice, right? You gotta practice, not me.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
Right? Are you top 2? I'm in the 2% of people that are profitable. I'm in the 2% of traders that are profitable. They make annual salaries here. Yes, I believe I'm in that statistic. No matter, just keep working your plan. It doesn't matter where I'm at. What matters is where you're at. Massive traps, right? We smoke all the ganja, man. I send you a chart where you look at it, only if you post it in the charts for stream section in our completely free 99 Discord. Come on down. Join our Discord community. Probably the best Forex community. By far, I would have to say, honestly, I've never been in any other Forex community, but I've roamed through a few, and this is definitely, by far, the best Forex community. Okay, it's objective, right? Not subjective. Okay. The least toxic? Let's keep it at the least toxic Forex community. Based on the knowledge you have thus far, how would you teach your beginner self in the most simplest way? Don't deposit any more money, dumbass. Do not deposit any more money. I don't want to be rich. You're a dumbass. That's how I would talk to myself. Because honestly, I lost way too much learning. Like way more than needed. Like for no reason. Gold buy from 1833 after the third rejection, 1833. Okay, I mean, yeah, you just trade differently than I do. W's. Sound Group game immaculate. Yeah, we gone nowhere. You like the New York City Irish Parade? It's irrelevant to me. Yeah. St. Patrick's Day, right? It's when everybody in the world's Irish. I don't know. I'm just Wicks. When I get funded like 1.2 mil with 3 different prop firms and risk none of your money, or put a trade copy and do both. You know, those might be options if TD doesn't pay me. We'll see if the TD things work out. If TD pays me, I'm good. I'm Gucci. But if they don't, that might be an option. Support resistance level approximation, more like zones rather than exact lines. They're more of levels that we can drive from, not really break. How you doing? How you doing? Thoughts on Sorry guys, I missed a lot of questions. Have you placed a withdrawal recently? No. I'm gonna wait for all the FUD to die down. I'm gonna wait for them to cash. I know people that have placed withdrawals, and once they start getting them, I'm gonna have a withdrawal. Yeah, but the thing is, you're heavily in TD, but I don't know. You guys are all having doubts. I'm pretty confident in TD. TD Bank? No, traders don't, man. Wix, please check my chart in Discord. Okay. Let's see what chart. We had a breakout, but we went back to the range. When was this happening? Oh, where is it? 1830.731. So 5 minute, right? Right there. Is that from this morning? When is this? 18. Oh, no, wait, that's 7. Yeah, that's from this morning. Bullish daily, broke the lows. I mean, there's a higher time frame level there. Just I don't know. I think the problem is you didn't manage risk once you started closing back in range and minimize your loss. I think that's the problem. I mean, from what I see in the picture here, it looks fine. I don't remember how I was setting up this morning. The higher time frames here. What was the 4 hour at that time? So it was a bullish 4 hour. I broke the 4 hour lows, bottom of the range. I don't know. Honestly, from what I see here, I mean, you close below, you're fine. I probably would have entered a little bit later once you came down here and over here. Use this as a stop right here. But once you start closing back in range, look, and you start breaking levels like this. Wait. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong screen. Once you start closing, look, you're closing above here. Cut it short. You're not coming back in range, especially after the next candle drove up. Came up above here, broke these high. I mean, you have plenty of opportunities to cut it short. Above here, I probably would not cut it short. I would wait for it to come back down in range. So if you base this on range 1, range 2, right? Once we come above here, you're still open. You're good because next candle comes down, you double up on your entry, right? You see some extra pineapples there. But if you're coming up and then you end up closing above here, and if it was a higher time frame closure, it's your indication, hey, you just broke 2 ranges. You're gonna come up, fill this range, and even higher, right, up to here. It did, and just drove all the way up. You gotta backtest every part of your position, not just the entries, but the risk management during the position. Very key, all of it. Last 10 of the 4 hour, right? Last 15 of the 4 hour. The 4 hour is bullish so far, never flipped. The key here is for us to close below this area. We need to close below 1835.95. Otherwise, this 4 hour is closing bullish above here. We can have the next 4 hour make a bottom wick and drive back up to fill this range up to 1843. How was your day? It was great. How was your day? Hope everyone's having a fun day. R2BO stands for range 2 breakout. Sorry, I'm still learning terms and abbreviations as well. Range 2 breakout. Better chance to break in before I went up. I know because I broke even on that move. Cool. 30-minute breakout that didn't play out. That's all. The 4 hour flip bullish while I was in the trade. Up down here, drop a like. Gotta head out. Thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate you. Drop a like. Get some more people in here. Sub to the channel so we can range together. You got a YouTube video on the pineapple? Well, if you find it, consider yourself lucky. Can you call out the price you're targeting? I'm in spin class listening. You see, this is the reason people are not successful. I don't know, bro. I guess spin class is good for you, but this ain't a signal service. Maybe it is. I'm not in any entries yet, right? I'm just looking for a closure here on the 4 hour. And this 1 hour breaks the previous. So check this out. 1 hour breaks the previous. 4 hour closes bear. And I know we're in this little 5-minute range here still, but on the higher time frames, we look good to come down. So I'm gonna wait for a top wick on the next hourly and then a drive down. At that point, this current 4 hour should flip and be bearish. If it doesn't flip in the next 9 minutes, I'm gonna look for the next 4 hour to start coming down and breaking the lows of this one. And then we can use this 4 hour the current 4 hour as stops on our next position. It does come down below here. Below here, stops would be around 45 pips. Let's rip one for wicks. No, rip one with me. With wicks. Probably spinning where he goes. We're gonna target these areas here around 1830, 1829, 20. Thank you. Okay. Snack time. those are, chat? Yeah, boy. It's the healthy sugars. Where it's stole my kids' raspberries and strawberries. They beat. It's mine. Mine, mine, mine. Like the seagulls in Nemo. Mine, mine, mine. That's mine. Mine, mine. Oof. Should we also grab a plate? No, but grab some headphones. If you grab an empty plate, you better grab a plate that has something on it if you're grabbing a plate. You just grab an empty plate. Doesn't sound appetizing. Imagine you go to a restaurant and just empty plate on the menu. Oh, what? Those are delicious. Those must be organic. I think those are Driscoll's. They taste like Driscoll's. Yeah, that's definitely not Ocean Spray. That's Driscoll's. I can tell. Already broke the 30 low? Yeah, it did that like 40 minutes ago too. See the previous 30? Broke the previous 30 low and then just drove up. What brand of headsets you wearing? Astro A50s. What's the deal? Somehow people would still go to a restaurant and buy an empty plate. Yeah, people go to a restaurant and buy fucking burnt fillet mignon, right? I know some of you get your fillet mignon well done. And then ask them to sear it and butterfly it. I know all that shit. It's disgusting. I'd rather you get an empty plate. Yo, that's not how you pronounce mignon? Yes, it is. That's how I pronounce mignon. Is it triggering you? It's fillet mignon. Are you triggered yet? Yeah, I don't let women order steak. Like, if it's steak, I order it for them. Like, do you want steak? Yes, all right, I got this. Well, that's all we needed you for, just what you're feeling like. Tamadachi Anichiwaseyo, SOW. Just up in, what's the deal? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for showing up. Yo, hey, bro. You ever go to a steakhouse with me and you go, hey, can I get a well done? You know what I do? I'm like,
wait a minute. Who are you?
do I even know you? How are you gonna do this to me? You're gonna order a well done steak and have the chefs looking at me weird. So I'm with you. You ever have problems withdrawing? I've never had problems, but I know people are having problems, and I have not had a recent withdrawal, so I'm waiting on something. I'm waiting on people start getting paid until I request the withdrawal. New York strip and fillet mignon, definitely a fillet mignon. Well, meaning long enough the 4 hour closes bullish, but under that 4 hour resistance created 1835. Oh, it would mean that it's respecting it. So we can expect price to come down if it's respecting it. At this moment, it's not. It's closing back up above it. What happens when it closes up above it? It tends to drive up. Like, way to fuck up. So if it closes above it, I'm going to expect us to come up, fill this 4 hour wick, and then we'll have more info printed, and we'll see what happens after that. We can't predict the market. We can anticipate with a high degree of probability, the high degree of certainty, the next candle, right? And based on this closure, next candle will have a bottom wick to create for this current 4 hour, and then it'll drive up, fill the wick. But if it doesn't close above this, we might see it break the lows and continue down. And if that happens, we'll be in on it. If and only if. Rare. I don't order steak rare unless it's like really high quality steak, right? And you can order rare. I'll get some Wagyu rare. Sear it. Eat it. Sear it. Boom. That's it. Wagyu raw. Spin class over. Just in time for new 4 hour. Please, I trade Asia, London, New York, and now Asia again. No sleep. And this is the second gym session. Let's go. Damn. Can we all have the name of your dealer? That boy running non. Keep going and going. You and the Energizer Bunny, man. I don't know what you're on, bro, but up the dosage. Fuck it. Keep going. This is not health advice. Word, up the dosage. Not up the risk, up the dosage. Word, he got something to prove. You go to school? Tell me you're trying to come back to school ripped. Or skinny. Tell me you got like a 10-year high school reunion going on. You're going to go back and see all the people that made fun of you. Some shit's going on, Duggan. Talk to us. Talk to us, Duggan. Let us know what's going on. Word. Duggan said, fuck that inner bitch. I got this. Who heard Duggan? You guys. Word. Who heard him? Let's take care of them. Bastards. Anybody touches Duggan, you don't have to fuck with me. Word. That's Duggan, yo. That's Big D. Tell him, Duggan. Request withdrawal from about a month ago. What's going on? Where's Uncle Ted? Aren't you worried you won't be able to withdraw money? No. I think Ted put out a post today somewhere on the Telegram. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Be patient. Steve, I know, I'm aware. but if you have been in the industry for as long as I have, you would be aware that there have been subreddits for many, many years. People try to throw dirt. People throw dirt all the time and it never seems to stick, right? So I see a pattern. Kind of like Trump. Remember that? When people just accused Trump of everything and he just wouldn't stick. Next day he's just like, yeah, more policy. Fuck what they said, right? Like shit wouldn't stick. He would still be there. Like, that's how I feel. Like, there's many people that have grudges for many reasons, and I'm not privy to the inner workings of TD, but my trust level is there, right? Yes, sir. Now we have Biden and Ukraine. You know what? This is one of those times where I would actually no, I can't say that. I can't say that. It's fucked up. 2 minutes after I say what I was gonna say, it's gonna be like, what you say about President Vegetable? Best beaches? I mean, are you trying to hit up a tourist trap or are you trying to go, like, enjoy yourself? If you want a tourist trap, go to South Beach and go to Fort Lauderdale. If you want to enjoy yourself, go to Naples. Well, I don't know if you want to enjoy yourself and go to Naples, but Naples technically has some of the best beaches. Go to the west coast of Florida. Go to St. Pete's. What up, Munchkin? W2, what do you want? Charger? Nope. Phone charger? Alright, careful. Don't drop the iPad. Oh, there goes the iPad. W2. Careful, careful, careful. Dude, that knocking scares the shit out of me. I could probably get Ted to expedite your withdrawal. I mean, no, probably not. Word. That was either the FBI or Walmart. Sir, you got our keyboard? No, I don't. Yes, you do. 4-hour hella confused. Oh, we had a 4-hour close, chat. I'm ignorant. Yo, all right. So here's the deal. We closed bullish, so that we can't have any positions till this previous 4 hours is broken, right? It doesn't matter if we're driving down, we're forming nicely on the hourly, we're about to flip we need the 4-hour to break lows in order for us to be confident that, hold on a second, in order for us to be confident that we're going to continue driving down, not just reject and come up. So it's in the decision area. But the hourly did close back in range here. What I don't appreciate is the hourly closing back in range, but not low enough where we would have actually been below the 4-hour level. So top wick here and to come down, yeah, I mean, makes sense, but what's this wick, 10 pips? Heart can't handle that knocking. Where do you live, Wix 9? I'm in Sarasota. Right near the beach, boy! Everyone in Florida drives a Lambo? No. Moving from LA to North Carolina. City bar down. I don't know. I don't blame you. Enjoy the Carolinas. What is TD? The trader's domain is my broker. There's a chance that the 4-hour makes a bottom wick for the previous 4 and drive up. Yes. Trading licits a broker trading domain. Yes. Can I ask you something about managing risk? Boom, you just did. Good question. Next. Everyone in Florida drives like shit. It's not the people, it's the sun. In terms of the 4-hour no having a bottom wick, does that mean it had no pressure to drive down? No, because it's not where it didn't close with a no bottom wick. It opened with no bottom wick, right? It closed with a wick to the top, which means there's some range to drive up, and that no liquidity was grabbed yet below this 4-hour. So but it had enough strength to hold bullish. So that means that probability dictates that this liquidity at some point will be grabbed, right, at this area. Right, somewhere at this area. So you'd expect this candle probably to come down, grab liquidity, and fill the wick up here, like so. Right, and if that happens, and we get a closure above there, then perfect. But if when it comes down here, grabs liquidity and doesn't come back up here and stays down, that'll be our indication that there is enough seller momentum to continue the daily and continue the weekly. I think the weekly's flipped, has it? Flipped, filled the range. No, it hasn't filled the range yet. But it's got a lot of range to fill. Look at the weekly. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's a lot of range. Like I said, typically if this 1 hour here closed lower, below that 4-hour level, and the 4-hour had respected that, we'd be looking for sells here. I just can't do it yet. Even if it does drive down. Last time we closed over here, where did we go? All the way up here. Four-hour level here never broke. If it breaks here, it'll be for London, which will be ideal, and that's kind of what's been happening. You guys should watch for that. For this next candle that just opened, this 4-hour, to start closing below this area on the 4-hour, so you can continue retesting the low at 18.19 here. Where did it go here last time? Did you go to the gym? Yeah, I actually posted right before the stream, so there's proof that I went to the gym. Posted on my IG story from the gym. Looks like I lived in Sarasota on University Parkway near that mall. I don't know. I don't live in Sarasota. It's far from me. It's pretty far. few hours. No, everybody in Florida drive like they're fucking burnt out from the sun because it's always steaming and they're always like they just melt at the wheel. Do we have to wait for a 4-hour close below? I mean, for London, if you're going to trade London, yeah, that's going to be ideal. But right now, we're looking for some smaller time frame indications. The 30's closed below here too, right? This area, I mean. What's the advantage? Might be in positions. Every time frame's lining up except the 4-hour, which is what's pissing me off. What areas can we realistically come up to in order to drive down? And I would say all these wicks over here are a solid area to tap in order for us to continue driving down. You guys see that? All these wicks, this area, exactly where we tapped. Based on that, this would be ideal. What's the stops here? Like if we were to anticipate this flip and the drive down, 18, right? Chat, I'm going to get in a position here at half risk for these current stops. Anticipating the drive down, we close below, I'll add half risk. But I'm getting in a position right here on the flip based on every time frame lining up. And if it does come up, it's minimal stops at half risk, but I'll be way ahead if it does come down here. So just manage your risk accordingly, manage it properly. But every time from here, I know the 4 hours close bullish in there, but if you really look at where we tap and these wicks that come down here, they tend to fill the range down. So I'm going to expect to fill the range down here, and then we'll think about managing risk. Just the idea behind this is everything that's happened here to the left on the 1, on the 30. And to fill the wick. Once you fill the wick here, I'm going to go break even because that's roughly 10 pips, 11 pip advantage point. And if it does come up, it's 22 pips at half risk. So it may be a full 11 pip stop. If it does get done during London, I'm fine with it. But I'm going to expect, so here's what we have, the most recent, right? Based on the most recent 30, oh wait, stop moving. Based on the most recent 30 here, right? What's closing here? This area. Drive, respect, drive. Now, we broke down here and drove to this area, right? But that's still about 20 pips here of an advantage. Respected, drove, so. I'm going to expect this candle to drive down. And it's not taken off the 5. This is strictly off the 30 and off the 1 hour. And it's taken off the 30 off the 1 hour just based on what we've done recently. And also when we've closed here, this is another time. This is actually the area that we closed at. Look, last time we closed, well, initially, this was one of the first, after the ranges, this is one of the first closures below here, and just drove down too. Well, Yeah, I'm gonna add to a winning position. If we come up, we re-break the highs. I'm still gonna, my bias is gonna stay bearish to come down because I really like this area of rejection. Look on the higher time frame. This is where the wicks come up to. Look, I just pointed out, right? This is where we tend to come to reject. So this is where we rejected every time and drove down, right? Look, rejection. I'm gonna expect a repeat of that to these areas. Hang on, is in a position. Yeah, I took a sell at. Sorry, hold on. My entry is 1836.22. 22. That was the flip on the broker. That was the bearish flip on the broker. Also, if you think about the 4-hour getting a bottom wick, that's us. That's our 10 pips in profit here, 11 pips in profit. 4-hour does come down and create a bottom wick for the previous 4-hour. That's our 10 pips in profit range. In a position, bro, buy or sell? I'm in a sell. I'm in a sell. When am I adding full risk? Once we do come down. Four hours still bullish here, but we're gonna anticipate it to come down based on the rejections here off the higher, off the 1 hour and off the 30, off the 4-hour as well. Right. 23 here. It's 22 on TD. But it breaks the highs. That doesn't mean I'm going to look for buys. I'm going to look for buys only above this buys above area. Short now? No. At this point, you'd want to probably re-break other lows because it flipped, right, and came right back up. Didn't drive. Staying out of this one? Yeah, I don't blame you. The 4-hour is not exactly the cleanest, right? But that's why we're not full risk. We're in anticipation of the 4-hour. Your cells? Why the cells? Yeah, if you're not in trade yet, I would put a sell stop on the break of this candle low. If it breaks, you're good. You're good to go. If it doesn't, you avoided a position. Bada bing, bada boom. Man's near Trenton. What's Trenton? Is that Jersey? Jersey? I stepped foot in Trenton once and heard gunshots and I went back there again. Sounds about right. I'm not sure where that is. It sounds like Jersey. I should really eat raspberries more often. I'm more of a blueberries guy. These raspberries are banging. We eating off this 4 hour? Yeah, if it breaks the lows. I really want the hourly to fill the lows down, to fill the wick down, and that's my advantage point. I'll be break even right here at the fill of this previous hourly wick. What's up, man? Okay. Give me a little bit. The baby's here telling me, Mom doesn't let me watch cartoons. Yeah, it's 9:30. Go sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I'm gonna step outside for a second. And chat, give me 1 sec. I wanna take a couple pulls. We'll be back in a splitski. Alright. Hey, if this candle gets to here, you have to yell, Dad. Or actually no, you press this button and it goes full margin. Oh man. She's a trip. Hmm? Oh wait, hold on. Side B. Why nobody tell me? You about to leave us in silence? Nah, I wasn't leaving. My kids are running in here. I was gonna smoke, but my kids keep running in here, so now I gotta step outside. In terms of managing risk, well, the reason I entered half risk because I wasn't gonna manage risk because it's really small stops here. So if we're correct, we're gonna be ahead, you know, very quickly. And if we're wrong, it's a minimal loss. There's not really anywhere you can manage risk unless you get the next hourly closure in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes closing bullish. And it depends where that hourly close would be. But for now, it is what it is. Looks first to be in there, like swimwear. Already on sales. No, I'm just thinking about my risk and what I'm willing to tolerate here, right? And the indications of us closing the way we did on the hourly and on the 30. So these are my 5-minute levels where ideally we'd be below all the higher time frame. But if we can anticipate this being the top wick for the daily here, right? If this is the top of wick for the daily, we're going to start coming down here and flipping because the daily doesn't have a bottom wick. And this hourly closing back in range, right? Because you have a support and you had a resistance. Wait. Right? You had a... So you had a support, resistance here, closed above. Now we came back down. So this is a fake out here. And on the hourly, this is a range 1 fake out. And if this flips, this should fill the range down. And on the 30, so this is the 30, yeah, but on the hourly also. So it's also a fake out. See, you have support, resistance, and came back in that range. Your support on the hourly is right there. support, resistance. And this is the range I was expecting all evening to come into to grab liquidity, right? Looking at these candles here, looking at that, looking at this candle here, rejection to the upside here. Look at this massive candle drove through here. Look at this candle, came up here and rejected. So the idea is, as long as we don't break this previous candle high, wick up, I would expect this to be the top wick of the next candle to drive down, right? This is the liquidity area on the higher time frame. So we've done everything except get our 4-hour break of the lows, but I would anticipate it here based on everything going in our favor and the smaller time frames flowing into the higher time frame, and then vice versa, the higher time frame flowing into the smaller. Because normally he would wait for a break and close below the key level. In this case he didn't, because normally you guys see us trading on the smaller time frame, but it doesn't mean we ignore the higher time frames, right? This is still knowledge we possess, so why would we ignore the knowledge that we possess here? Only 4-hour looks bad. Well, it doesn't look bad if you see the breakdowns of the formation of the 4-hour on the smaller time frame. It's not ideal, but if you see the formation of that 4-hour on the small time frame, that's when it gets a little better. Still holding you to the Sunday sessions. Yeah, I really want to make that possible starting next month. That would be ideal if we can make that possible. Okay, I'm in small. I'm in small too. I'm in at half risk on one of the, probably the smallest stops we've had all year, right? 22 pip stops. You ever use ticks charts? No. Yo, I'm here, Wix. I'm here, Wix. What? Love you too. I'll be with you in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Half hour. Go pee. I see the way you're standing. Go pee. She's standing there like... You good? All right. Driving? No, we're not driving. We're driving when it fills this range, when it fills this wick. Oh wait, I can't even see my charts. Yeah, when we get to here, you can tell me we're driving. I'll probably go break even on that break, but I'm not gonna close until we get here. They all match up, so it's good to drive down. Well, I mean, anything can happen here. It is, we're at the mercy of the market, but the market is also at our mercy because we got some things on the market, right? We got some things in store for him too. Don Toretto. Yeah, that boy's doing wheelies right now on an M4. He's sideways on 2 wheels right now like this. Wix, you didn't tell me! It's funny. It's been a long day without my friend vibes. Yeah. 30 with no bottom wick here. Yeah, but the hourly does. The hourly has a top wick and looks good to try. I'm gonna stick to the hourly here. I'm not just gonna close out 30 has no bottom. I'm sticking to the hourly here, and yeah, if 30 comes up, makes a top wick. Great. I mean, like I said, I'm not massively over risking here. Does that imply something? 30 close with no bottom wick implies that there's not much range to drive down on the 30, but the hourly has a nice liquidity grab at our areas, and I'm gonna trust the hourly volume here. You guys remember yesterday's candle? How did we close yesterday? Can I take trade? I mean, that's on you. Well, we're in a trade here. I'm at half risk. We discussed why we got in it at this point. 9:30. You probably want to see a rebreak of the lows. The way this is looking, you want to rebreak the lows. And if you guys don't trust this, you can close out a break even here. I'm based on my risk, I'm holding this for now. You want to trade now? Yes. You think you could have gotten a better entry for this trade? No. I think this isn't the ideal entry, but this is very easy on the risk. And just all the hourly and the 30 line up here. We're still in a 5-minute range, but since we're basing this off the hourly tends to drive through here, and the 30 tends to drive through here. I'm anticipating this daily flip, right? I'm anticipating the daily coming down and filling the daily range down. That's my anticipation. Our stops right now is the rebreak of the daily high, right? So we rebreak the daily high. We have the most ideal stops right now. We rebreak the daily highs, we're going to come up. We're going to drive up to fill these wicks. So we have the ideal stop for this position, and we have the earliest possible entry according to the hourly. I'm averaging in as we go down. I'm not sure what that means. Got a seed stuck too. Huh. That's not too pleasant, chat. Damn seeds. Do we fill this? Did we hit our level here? Almost, right? But we didn't really fill it. Really got to tap these lows here. Got to break them. Got to break these lows for this drive down. Doesn't want to do it. Yeah, it didn't have enough momentum on there. If it re-breaks the highs, it's gonna go up. But if we re-break the lows of this current candle, after tapping 2 or 3 times and keep coming up, grab liquidity. Just don't be impulsive. Don't be impulsive based on little jumps up and down. 5-6 pips against you, for you. I mean, it's irrelevant. It's not going to determine your profitability long term as a trader. Your ability to act logically here and wait for levels to be broken or closures in your direction or against you to manage risk, then that's logical. But you know, when price flips one way, the other way, and your impulse to either add a position or close the position, there's got to be good reasoning for you to do it. You got to do it based on the charts, not how you feel while it's going against you. Yeah, that's okay. It did fill a lot of it. I couldn't close anything. I had 8 pips here. I had 8 pips. If I had maybe 3 more pips, I'd go break even, but I had 8 pips. 7 with spread. Only got 2 before flip. Well, happen. It happen. Well, what about liquidity grabs? We were expecting this area to be a liquidity grab, right? All these wicks, we were expecting this to be a liquidity grab. Expecting the market to do what it's done previously. This whole area. All these wicks come up to, we're expecting this area to be a liquidity grab. And from this area, we were expecting to continue driving down, right? But we've knocked on that level a few times and weren't able to break it. We didn't really fill the wick. I was expecting to fill the wick here. We tapped into something here though. Difference here, 10 pips. Had 8 pips, didn't go B. Yeah, I was expecting more than 8 pips there, honestly. I'm waiting on this daily flip, and if it doesn't happen now, I'm gonna stay up, wait on this daily flip for London. It's one of the few days where I really want to see this daily flip, and if it doesn't happen here, that means we just needed to grab more liquidity on the daily, right? And that means we're gonna re-break the daily highs. Our stop is the current daily high. We re-break this, and this is the ideal place to grab liquidity. Look, all the higher time frames, the daily as well, coming into these wicks here. But if we re-break the daily high, we can come up anywhere between here and to 1844, and that's no point of sitting through that. Why? We already entered a half risk, and we already have minimal stops. The daily does not form in Asia. What? Market's open. The daily could drive now. The daily could wait. The daily could make a top wick. At the moment, the daily is creating a top wick. It's been happening for Asian. Maybe a week or two. Top wick to drive down. Ugly ass 4 hour. Yeah, I don't like the fact that 4 hour flip bullish again. Usually forms in London, my friend? No. There's no, usually. There's market cycles, and sometimes we drive in Asian. More often we drive in London and New York. The daily close just happened on the last 4-hour candle. The daily top or bottom? I mean, yeah, you get more volume in London, New York, right? If this was London and New York, we would have drove. There would have been enough volume to drive, most likely, the way the market's cycling right now. It looked like rejection to downside on 30. Yeah, it can, but I can't have an illogical close here. It's in drawdown based on the hourly, right? But it didn't break the hourly high here. It's currently the daily high as well. Guys, don't over risk. You won't have all these impulses. Oh, we're in drawdown now, or to close. Should I close here? I mean, what are you in drawdown right now by? You're in drawdown 6 pips, 5 pips. If you're panicking like that, close. I'm like 5 pips or 22 pips. I'm at half. I'm like not gonna feel it, but you know, my idea is there, and if my idea is there, I'm gonna act on it. So, and then it doesn't work out tomorrow. I'll right back here. We had a W today, a nice W today. We had a W during New York. Also, same thing, anticipating the higher time frame candles based on the way the lower time frames were forming. This is ugly though. Yeah, this is gonna drive up, fill the range. See, we never broke the lows and flipped bullish, so I would expect us to fill the wick up. It wouldn't be wrong for you to guys, close here, but it'd be wrong for me because based on my plan that I've set up before I entered the trade. Your plan is my plan. Damn, Daniel. You know what I don't have? I don't have an ashtray here. Give me one sec, chat. I'll take a few pulls of this. Really haven't even smoked the whole stream. Wix is not in homeostasis mode right now. Hey, Aaron, what's the deal? How are you? No, we look at the smaller time frame, at the lower time. This is the time frame we use to determine and anticipate the higher time frames coming down. That's why we were in because the 4-hour was still bullish, but we entered based on the smaller time, the 30, the 1 coming down. You're below the 5-minute levels as well, right? You're within the 5-minute range. Below the 5-minute range. Right? So it's not like we're trading, taking sells above the 5-minute range trying to come up. Or with the market telling us it's going to come up. Perspective. All perspective. Your perspective versus my perspective. Yeah, it doesn't make sense till you get an hourly close here anyway. And even at that point, if the hourly closes bullish, but the way it is right now, I think I'm going to keep my cells open. This week, bullish hourly closure, I'm going to keep my cells open. Trading lie with Wix Knife. You mean trading live? Trading lie. It's a trading lie. I know immortality reigns. I know what you mean. Would that be a 1 hour salary if we close bullish then come down? Yeah, it'd be a 1 hour salary. Another 12 minutes on this hourly chat. Ideally, we were out of the trade before. Ideally, we went right, but I want to be out of the trade before the stream ends because I like getting things over with on stream. I hate getting off at 10 and there's trades still running and we're all sitting there, but daddy duty calls, right? You guys do bad things, I do dad things, and I got 3 daughters that are waiting for me patiently to fall asleep. Actually, I think a couple of them already fell asleep. Give me 1 sec, chat. Let me double check. What are you doing? Sleeping? No? Drawing? Reading? Practicing for the honor roll? Alright. Don't go to sleep. I'll be there soon. I'm coming. Oh, this is funny. My daily candle is about to go to sleep, so have a good night. I feel that. $9.50. Why has the Asian session been so range bound lately? Because that's how the market's like. I've been talking about this for the last few weeks. You have to realize that right now the volume's moved over to the London and New York session, and you're going to have some rangy sessions here. And you could spend, and eventually throughout the year, you're going to have days and weeks like this in London and in New York. Just the way the world's working right now, the way the market's cycling right now. This seems to be the pullback session. The rangy pullback session. Market cycles type shit. Can I sell again? No. How many times is it gonna knock on this door? Oh, yeah. It's knocking on this door, but I don't want to break it. See? Seems like a London session entrance in that door. Yeah, on the 4-hour ideal for London session. Yeah, daily flips I see incoming for London session if it does come down. All right. Yeah. So there's a high probability that I might close positions at break even here before the hourly close. I want to see how this 5-minute closes here. Because even if we close bear here right now, right, on this hourly, we'd still expect the next hourly to make a top wick, right? So with expecting a top wick on the next hourly, Chad. And I know there's a chance it could drive down here last minute, but I'm going to close here. 15 close bull. If anything, if the 15 flips bullish, it's going to drive up before the hourly close. And if it does close doji here, I haven't closed yet, but give me one sec, Chad. If it does close doji here, you're going to look for a top wick. So if it does close doji, I'm waiting on this 5-minute to close and see how it closes here. 30 seconds. But if the hourly does close doji here, then what happens is you can block out basically this candle. Right? You can block this out like it never happened. Nothing happened here, right? And start the next hour with the same analysis because the price here really hasn't gone anywhere. Closed bear. Chat. I'm closing my position right here at break even. I just closed the position. I'm gonna wait for this hourly close at 10. If this hourly candle closes doji, you would wait on the top wick. We've seen this happen. Remember, we seen this with Don the other day. We closed at 957, 959. It fucking drives down, fill the entire range. But I'm good with it. It's half first position. If this closes doji, you block it out and have the next candle come down. If it doesn't close doji and closes bear, you really want to close bear below this level. Below this level. If it closes below here, I'll look for positions here on the next hourly. If you didn't close, congrats, you're in profits right now. I'm adding another break even to our record. It just makes sense. It's 9:56. You have 4 minutes to the hourly close. Once the hourly closes and we want to drive down, we'd still expect, no matter what happens, you'd still expect the next hourly to make a top wick. Right? That hourly makes a top wick here and starts coming down, re-breaking current 4-hour lows. You might have really good positions for London. I'm gonna be on for London. I'm gonna be trading. I know some of you are still in, but I'm out. I close this. We knocked on this door 3 times, and it didn't break. And now you're heading out of the most of the volume. So the majority of the volume for Asian session is 8 to 10 p.m. So the Asian's still open, but now you're heading out of the high volume. So I wouldn't expect it to just drive down here. And you also realize that next candle has to make a top wick, and this candle has to close below a certain level if it's truly bearish and not rangy. Well done to those who held. You're indeed profits. What? Should move like 2 pips. But anyway, that's the session. Hold on, let me add a break even on here. 11, 4, and 4. Yeah. Yeah, Asian. I'm sorry, Chad. Nothing we can do about it. Asian session is just the rangy session now. Right now, but that doesn't mean next week or tomorrow, or you don't know when the volume is going to switch up. You see it come in and you take your positions when they're available. We had a nice W this morning. Well, whoever took it early, whoever was anticipating the higher time frames coming down, congrats. And if not, if you waited with Don, that was a solid position too. That was a solid play to wait it out, because it did come back to break even after we closed partials. Really interested how he closes here in 1 minute. The levels are still valid, Chad. So we never really broke out of the zone. So this is our session here. Our session has been these 2 candles, right? This candle and this candle, and they haven't broken each other's highs or lows or anything. They've just stayed within each other, right? See, we had 1 candle closure at 9, and this next one didn't go nowhere. It's gonna close doji. If it closes doji, it's a good thing. We closed out, but it's not bad in terms of it coming up for the daily. This is a good thing. It still says that we're bearish. Your next key time here is the next 4-hour closure, 1 a.m. I'm gonna look at this is my plan for the evening, chat. I'm gonna hop on here at around 12:40, 12:45. I'm not gonna hop on the live stream. I'm gonna hop on the charts. I'm gonna look at the charts because there's no point in sitting looking at them. 12:30, I'll look at them. 12:45 and 1 a.m. I'm gonna really key in on this 4-hour closure. I'm gonna wait for this 4-hour to close below this level right here. Right, you close below 1834.75 on the 4-hour. You're gonna have nowhere to go. So if this is the 4 by 1 a.m., if this is the candle by 1 a.m., you're gonna have nowhere to go. You're gonna use these levels right here as your stops, nowhere to go, but down to fill the rest of the range. Okay, this is what you want. This is the candle you want for 1 a.m. This is what I will look for. If at 1 a.m. this is the candle on the 4-hour, I know the entire London session will be bear, and for the next 4 hours, this is going to be the 1 to 5 candle coming down. Like watching paint dry? Yeah, like watching flies fuck. You ever done that? It's terrible. Dang, cover. About to head out. Hey, chat, look. We can't control how the session works out. We can only control what we do about it, how we enter positions, how we break them down, and how we manage them, right? And still, it was a joke. Anyway, is your account as big as Don's? I mean, which account are we talking about? Wix, I noticed that you trade like Uncle Ted. Did you learn from him? I learned a lot from him, yes. I learned quite a bit from him. And I've never done a one-on-one. If you know how to study and learn, you pick up on things. And a lot of what we do here, I mean, Don and I both, a lot of it is based in ideas or directions that Uncle Ted has thrown at us, right? So, shout out to the big guy. And all we do here is just try to put it into the simplest terms to break it down for you guys, so you guys can see what we're seeing. Right? I've never really studied under Uncle Ted, but a lot of concepts that I utilize do come from listening and really tuning into what he says or what he's said before. You know, I've never bought a course, never had a mentor, never had somebody just help me one-on-one or anything like that. So, you know, everybody learns differently, everybody studies differently. It doesn't matter you know, how you do it. Just do it. Because when you do it, no one can doubt you. No one can question you because you're fucking doing it, right? Can't find Ted's material. Can you point in the right direction? Yeah, you're here. You're on this live stream. You should show up on... He doesn't have material that I can point to. I don't have material that I've had from him. I've had conversations, and I've been part of conversations, and I've seen examples of fish trading and a lot of nuances. It's very easy to break down people's positions, and especially when they can answer a couple of questions on them. You guys really need to ask questions here the same way I do when I have access to people that know things that I want to know. And you guys have access to me right now during Asian session, and it's a rangy session, quieter session. You guys say it yourself, so why not use the opportunity to ask questions about the trades that we're going to take tomorrow in the New York session, right? There's going to be 2,000 people on the New York session live stream. It's going to be hard for your question to get through. So you have access here now during the wind down session, the calm session. Utilize it. Use it. Right? And that's it. Don's picked up a lot from Ted too, right? He says that's his mentor, and like obviously he's picked things up from, you know, having interactions with him. So how do you deal with a big loss? I have short memory. I have not had a big loss in a while, in a long time. But I have very short memory. So you don't need to look for Ted's material. You just need to show up. Everything's available for free. And right now with a lot of people streaming, a lot of people from that tree are streaming. So you have a lot of places to learn. It's really more about your style and who you vibe with. And after that, you know, price action. But I would say show up to the New York session live streams with both Don Vo and I. And show up to the Asian session live streams with me at 8 p.m. Eastern every day, Monday through Thursday, here on YouTube. And you should be fine. You just got to spend some time here, right? You shouldn't be worried, oh, I have no money to buy a course, buy signals. No, just all the information you can get for free now. Any advice for people that are still in a trade? Okay, well, you have to realize where you were in the hourly candle. And we said we literally just broke down, right? So no matter how this candle closes here, we're going to expect the next hourly candle to come up, make a top wick. I was adamant on this. I said, irrelevant of what happens, we fucking need to see a top wick on the next hourly. So I'm going to close out here because I don't want to sit through the drawdown of the next hourly candle. Well, here's the drawdown of the next hourly candle. And if you know this is going to happen, right? You know this is going to happen. Why stay in there? Why? Because for that miraculous one-off chance that it will just drive? No, look at all these candles. Do you see a single one that doesn't have a top wick? Yes. I see a single one that didn't have a top wick. Great. It's right here, right? Oh, all right. No top wick. But look at all these candles have a top wick. Everything. So 90% of these candles have a top wick. WTF? What are you thinking? This one's all of a sudden not gonna have a top wick? It's possible, but is the probability on your side? No. And your goal here is to have the probability on your side at all times. You look the way to reduce number of time a full stop is taken. Yeah, we just reduced a full stop being taken here, right? We closed at break even. We do. Everything is built upon, right? So everything you're seeing right now is built. We've been doing this for 3 years live. So everything you're seeing here is built upon. These are all concepts that didn't just grow together. We had one concept, then we introduced another, and then another, and it's built, right? So if there's more concepts, they have to be built and in tune with what we're doing. You know, there's no RR here because it's not part of our concept. It's not the concept that we trade. It's not part of the process. We can't utilize an RR concept with the style that we trade. It's an irrelevant concept. It's an irrelevant variable in our equation. Same thing with a fib. Same thing with EMA crossing. These are irrelevant variables in the equation that we use to take a trade. So, you know, but they might be relevant in your equation for the trade. All right, give me a sec. I'm coming. Love you. I love you. I love you too. All right, my kids are calling me. Yeah, if you find my OnlyFans, consider yourself lucky. Can I ask you a question? What you get from streaming? I know Don sells a course, but I'm not sure what you get out of this. Out of this? Nothing. I got nothing to sell you. This is the reason I don't need to show my account. I'm not selling you nothing, and I don't get paid for this. YouTube does it. YouTube pays me like $100 a month, $200 a month. That's like, I don't even know when they pay me. I got nothing to sell you. I enjoy educating, and I enjoy telling people what I know. Plus, I get to trade and vibe out with other traders. And honestly, I say it all the time, but some of you get tired of hearing this, but you're never going to see a U-Haul behind a hearse, right? When you're gone, all this shit goes with you. So why not leave something? Why not help others and spread the knowledge, spread what you know, because when it disappears with you. And I don't want everything I know and I've learned to disappear with me. I want it to be passed on and for other people to be impacted. And if I can impact some people, it's a great feeling, right? But I get nothing out of this. Sometimes you guys buy me coffee. That's what I get out of this, right? But I enjoy being a profitable trader, and I enjoy educating, which makes you guys very lucky, because a lot of profitable traders could give a fuck less about anyone else. And honestly, I don't really care much about everyone else, but I do enjoy the fact that there are people with the same interests as I, with the same ambitions or similar ambitions, and they're also fighting poverty. Boom, there you go. Green actually said it. It's a fight against poverty. Boom, you're going along with my mind process, with my thought process, my track of thought. Thank you, Dustin V. Appreciate the $10 dono, 10 CADs. Appreciate that. But yeah, you know, the goal is to get all yous out of poverty. The grind is against poverty, not against each other. So let's all come in here and just be better every day. Just keep growing and smash your goals as a byproduct of what you're doing. All be profitable, put in the time, yeah. And Don and I are gonna keep you on that track. It's a big year. It's a big year for everybody. All right, so strap in.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
You know what I'm saying? That's where we're going. That's where we're going next year. Just chilling and grilling. All right, we're gonna call it a stream here. This is what we expected. Look, a top wick here. If it flips, yeah, it should drive down. But is this the time you want to be in a trade? No, wait for your 4-hour closures for volume pre-London, and then drive with the market. Come in second. These daily flips will be pretty if it does happen during London. I'll be on 12:45 on the charts, just looking for it. If I see it, maybe we'll call it in Discord. Maybe Don will be ahead of me on there. Anyway, that's our session, chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Dustin, for the dono. Appreciate you. Thank you for buying me coffee. Joey, wick. So depending on a bearish or bullish candle, the first hour, it's always going to create a wick in the opposite direction. First, not breaking previous. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily always, but it's a game of probabilities, and the probability states that it will create a wick. I don't know, before, after, but you don't want to sit in that drawdown. And the way you want it to play out, you might as well let the drawdown play out before it makes a bottom wick. Because if it makes a bottom wick and then makes a top wick, you're probably riding up. So you want the market to form exactly the way you want it, not the way it forms and then you get in. No, you want it to form the way you want it, which is that top wick that's happening here right now, drive up, and then a flip down. Not a wick down, then a drive up, and then come back down. Then you ignore everything. You ignore all the noise except your noise, right? The noise that you need. Everything else, irrelevant. Oh, what if it does this? What if it does that? If it didn't do what you needed to do, it's irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. What does it mean if it does it? What does it mean if it doesn't? It didn't do what you needed to do, so none of that matters. It's not part of your equation. All right, that's it. Green, always appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Kay, if you're still on, appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for riding out the session with us. Thank you, mods. Thank you, chat. No Chad. Thank you, chat. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Same time, same place. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Hump day. All right, chat. Have a good night, boys. See you tomorrow. Oh, boys and girls. Have a good night, everybody. Love and wisdom to you all. W risk management. Big dubs for risk management.